Cool.
We're live. Hi there. My name's Mike Dixon. Simply Your Device. Haven't said that well, I said it yesterday, but I'll say it again. It's been a while, hasn't it been, George? It's been a minute, as these kids say, right?
As the Beatles would say, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Now I'm coming back home.
I say well, yeah. Uh oh. How come I hear? Oh, wait a minute. It's me.
Yeah, everything sounds perfect here.
No. Let me turn it off. I had the video. I had it on. Anyway, I had the video going. I'm like, I'm hearing myself.
You had both going at once. I got you.
Yeah. So, Eleanor, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for the peaceful and blessed weekend. Yes. We for some people need it. I've for exterminate certain circumstances. I've had a week off myself, so it feels good. And we got Brian, good sir. How you doing? Haven't talked to you. Also, it's been a minute, as these kids say. So it's been great to see you here. I was wondering if you're going to be. Yeah, it's been a while. So don't sing, George. That's okay.
Okay.
So, we got this. So let's jump into a few things here. And I just was talking to George about kind of like some of the premise for tonight. I call it the Black Friday show. I really didn't, I've been busy with other things.
Yeah.
But I've been doing a lot of thinking what I want to do. And if more and more this time of the year turns to be the time of the year that I would make a big purchase for a phone or a piece of whatever.
So you and I are just the opposite. I almost never buy anything on Black Friday.
Well, the deals are real good to me for the things that I'm interested in. They always seem to align for the most part. I don't think last year I got anything significant, and all my deals were way before, and maybe after Black Friday. So you mentioned, George, you purchased this year how many phones? 6?
6.
Wow. And could you give everybody the list of phones that you happen to pick up this year?
January is the OnePlus 13. March, Nothing Phone 3A Pro.
Oh, yeah.
July, Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I originally got the Galaxy A35, and I really didn't like it. And when they came out with the FE, I decided I traded that in and got the Z Flip 7 FE.
You were able to trade that in?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't get much money for it, but it's an A35,
Right. No,
so that was July. In August, I got the Pixel 10. In September, I got the iPhone 17. And 3 weeks ago, I got the Unihertz Titan 2. I have all 6 phones with me, so I'll be showing you as we talk about them.
The Unihertz you bought straight out?
I bought it straight from the company, yeah. Now, I was a Kickstarter backer, so now you have to pay $400 to get that phone, but I got it for $269.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We have somebody here, ELR.
That's Ellie.
Oh, okay. Hi, Ellie. How you doing? Sorry. It's this is, as I mentioned in my prep stream, I haven't been on my channel for like a long time, like probably from last year, even if I actually I lied.
No, you were here this year once at least.
I was here doing something with you, but not the Black Friday special.
Right.
That I tend to head up on.
Yeah, the last one you hosted, I think, was last year's Black Friday.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Thank you for joining us. And again, as always, I say, if you share it out there, get the word out. I've been trying to do that, but so getting back to the list of phones, it's been real quiet for me. and
But I'm thinking you bought a bunch of phones between you and Patty. Didn't you buy a few phones this year?
well, I was just going to say I bought the the Ultra Plus, Samsung S25 Ultra,
Okay.
and oh, here we go. The Pixel 10 Pro I got,
Okay.
and that's been it. No, Patty didn't get nothing yet. I'm discussing that with her now
Okay.
about changing phones for her, and there's nothing wrong with her S23 Ultra, and I'll get
Right.
into that later on some of the stuff. But George has the more phones. Start with the first one again. Oh, you got the OnePlus
Yeah, I got the
OnePlus
Plus
13.
OnePlus 13. This
Yeah.
wasn't the phone I used today, but I wanted to make sure I had all the phones with me.
Right now,
So
go ahead.
I'll be doing my phone of the year in a week or two. This is going to be it.
Really, the phone
Yep.
of the year.
Yeah, and I
He's
got
calling
this.
it. He's calling it. You heard it live here on the channel. Yes. Okay.
And this is barely this year because I ordered this on January 7th.
January 7th. Oh, what? You
Yes.
ordered it January 7th, and what did you get?
Yeah.
Like a week later or so?
I got it about a week later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me just dive right into it then. What made this the phone of the year out of all the phones now? And you're picking the phone of the year when you purchased it in January. So I know you
Exactly.
have a lot of time to soak it. So let me
Exactly.
ask you this: was your SIM card in that phone a lot?
Yes. Yeah, it's in my SIM card goes in here about once every week and a half.
And I'm going to answer. The emerald. That's like a green color, isn't it?
Oh, this is
No. He said the OnePlus 13 emerald color.
no. I got the gray.
Is that what it is? Wait a minute. They have a. Wait a minute now.
Well, no, you're right. It is the greenish color, but it kind of it looks gray here,
it
but
looks
but in
black.
front of the camera it looks greenish bluish.
Oh, so it is green
Yes.
or a greenish shade.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd
Really?
forgotten. It's been so long ago. But anyway, it's my overall. It does more things extremely well than any other phone I have. That's how I see it. Now, of course, it's very subjective, you know. So
I'm
somebody
sorry,
else may
so-
not see it that way.
So what was it again? What does it do for you again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said it does more things very well than any other phone that I have.
Okay.
So,
So I'm looking
performance, pictures. I find the pictures occasionally they're below the iPhone or the Samsung, but not very often. Sometimes it beats either one,
Mhm.
and other people say the same thing.
So yeah, I just looked at OnePlus site, and they call that one Black Eclipse. Black Eclipse. You got Midnight Ocean, which is the blue, and Arctic Dawn for the white.
So yeah, this is the Black Eclipse then. Okay.
Okay. So, and going back to Brian's question, I will answer that soon. But Beans, Mr. Mobile Geezer here, has more phones than me for what he purchased.
Which surprised me really, but you can afford better phones than I can afford for the most part.
Yeah, but I will definitely cover that very soon, Brian. So, what was your second phone that you bought
My next
this year?
phone was, which is what phone was my main phone today, the Nothing Phone 3A Pro.
You bought that in February.
Yep.
Real quick, before we talk about this phone, when did you get the A36?
The 835. It was the 835.
When did you get
I
that?
got that. I was trying to remember. I think I got it in February, but it aggravated me. So when I got a chance to swap it out for the FE, I said I had to change.
Right, I understand. So go back to the Nothing phone. Where is that ranking You already said your phone of the year. So how will you place that phone right now?
I would place this just below the Galaxy Galaxy Flip 7 FE.
Okay.
But
Going
now
back.
keep in mind, I tend to really love my phone, so it's hard for me to distinguish. But I would put it just below that. For me,
Well, I
it would
mean-
be the OnePlus 13 first, the iPhone 17 second, the Pixel 10 third, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE fourth, then the Nothing Phone. Now, to me, these are all great phones. Every phone I've named up there. Up until the Unihertz Titan 2, which is basically a passport. I got it because it was like the BlackBerry Passport.
Yeah, everybody
and-
talks about that. Yeah.
And I had never, ever had a BlackBerry in my life. So until I got this phone, I had never had a smartphone with a keyboard
No way. Yeah.
in my life. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if I could use a keyboard again like that. And the only one I can remember, and I was frustrated. It's just so funny now I'm saying this. I was frustrated when I had a Droid where like the screen slid up and then the
Yeah.
keys were there. And man,
And I had a bunch of those, but they were all dumb phones.
and having that physical key, and then when they switched to the keys on the screen,
Right.
I was like, how am I going to operate this? And it was so awkward at first, but yet though I quickly adjusted to it.
Right.
And I have to say one thing about keyboards. Keyboards have gotten better, even on the worst ones compared to what they were when they first came out. They've gotten so much better. So, real quick, I just want to, being this is a Black Friday edition here, I want to point out, going back to the OnePlus 13, right now, today, you can get the OnePlus 13 with the 512 gigs of memory for $799. Apparently, it's saying the original price, they knocked $200 off. You get the 256 one of 12 gigs of RAM for $699. Well, $700, basically $700 and $800 respectively. So, go back to the Nothing phone.
Right.
And first off, how much was that phone when you purchased
How
it?
much was it? I believe it was like $600. I think it was 600.
And that's when I'm going to look here. Nothing.
Yeah, you take a look. I think that's what it was.
Phone.
You're dealing with an old man's memory.
No, Nothing phone. And what is it again? Exactly.
3A Pro.
3A.
So it came out before the Nothing Phone 3, which I didn't get.
3A Pro.
Ellie is saying even though the Titan camera isn't as solid as the OnePlus Pixel or iPhone 17, it's still a very tempting device. Really missed that physical. Yeah, she has a lot of experience with BlackBerry and stuff.
Okay, here we go. Nothing phone 3A Pro.
Right.
Now it depends on the seller, and that's always key. Now I'm looking at
Now,
where'd you get yours? Amazon?
No, I got mine from Nothing's website.
No way.
I tend to buy most of my phones from them.
Oh no! With it being not a phone that's meant for this country, I was shocked.
Oh
you were
yeah,
able to go to the,
technically
go to the
they say I have found like zero difference between this and any of the other phones as far as it not being. But technically they say it's not for this country.
right.
But yeah,
How did they warn
I
you?
bought all my phones from their websites.
Okay. So right now, this phone in Amazon is $460 for some reason. $460, the silverish color one, and the black one is $470.
That's weird.
Well-
I don't even know. I always have to take the case off to see which one I've got. Okay. Yeah, it's a silvery one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
this-
one I like the best. Yeah.
Right. So that's interesting. Again, a price difference.
Yeah, it is.
Even though the Titan camera isn't solid as the OnePlus or Pixels, it's still a very tempting device. Really miss that physical keyboard and
That's
screen.
because she has a lot of experience with BlackBerry that I don't.
Okay. So how's it been? Well, T-Mobile is probably the most friendly carrier you could possibly use.
I agree.
Without phones of that kind. So I guess you're having zero problems with
None whatsoever. Like I say, between the phones, the other phones that I have that are made for the USA, I see no difference between the Nothing phone and them at all as far as functionally.
So I'm going to take a little pause here for a second. See, I went to my cousin's today to have leftovers, and then she proceeded to break out Crown Royal, and she showed me Crown Royal and 7-Up. Now, if she's watching the video right now, I passed out this link to everybody. About the only people I didn't really I didn't get a chance to. I didn't bother the guys from work. So I have these little bottles. Here, this is what it looked like. This was these were like party favors from her husband's birthday party in August. Uh-oh. Come on. You're kidding me.
What's your problem?
I can't get it. Okay, got it. I was
I'll
having
tell
trouble.
You are getting old.
Yeah, thanks. So we're gonna do a little adult beveraging here. It is.
Ellie's asking, is that a highball? Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think that's what my aunt said to me. That's what it is. So, again, I heard the term highball, but I haven't heard. I think the last time I heard highball, I was probably in my early teens.
I haven't heard it in years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Brian made a comment here.
Yeah. Virtual keyboards feel much better due to better haptics. And you can customize the keys to layout now. Yes, it is, and it is true. It is very true. Let me take a.
Go for it.
There you go.
Me, I'm drinking my boring green tea, and because I have a green
back
screen
up.
behind me, you can see through the bottle, of course.
Yeah, I like that graphic you got there. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
I went and got that a little while before we got on.
Excellent. So let's go back to your phones after. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to actually answer Brian's question. So, what's the phone? What's the phone after the Nothing phone that you picked up? In what month are we talking here?
July, Z Flip 7 FE.
Was it July?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's when I traded the 835 to get this.
Mm-hmm. Now, funny, let me just circle back to the 835.
Okay.
In that list of phones that I mentioned about that I picked up, this was first.
Right.
I want to dovetail this phone in for a reason. Even though it's last year's phone, there's a reason why. This is the A25, Samsung A25.
Okay.
And then this one. But I really want to get back. Let me get back to the Z Flip. And I'm really excited to talk about this one and start the conversation with that one.
Okay.
So the Z Flip, I've been looking at flip phones.
This is the Z Flip 7 FE. So
right.
The Flip 7 FE is nothing but a Flip 6 with a little bit better internals. But it's the exact same.
A little bit. I mean, it doesn't have a Snapdragon, so it's garbage.
No, it has a Snapdragon.
No, it don't. No, it's got the Exynos.
No, that's right. You're right. I forgot it's got. Yeah, I haven't had any problem with their.
According to all these tech people and everybody in the world, Exynos absolutely blows chunks.
I've had no problems with the Exynos.
No
but
wonder
keep
you
in
had
mind,
problems with that A35. It had an Exynos chip in that, and that sucked too. Sorry, that was my sarcastic take on it.
I have found the A35s was my second A phone. I found that they stutter somewhat, and it bothers me. You haven't had that issue, I know.
Well, what on my A25?
Yeah.
We'll discuss that in a minute.
Okay.
So you said that
I find this thing performs great. I think it takes much better pictures than people thought it would, and I have no issues. Like I said, you probably can't go by my opinion because I tend to really love my phones.
Right.
So,
You become
and
more
as you can
biased
tell,
to it.
and as you can tell with the A phones, if I don't love the phone, I tend to get rid of it pretty quick.
But yeah. Well, yeah. I can get.
Yeah, my problem is I couldn't afford the Ultra, the
The regular
S25 Ultra and that kind of stuff. So when this came along, I said, that's the one I'm going to get, and I'm very happy with it.
So according to Brian, it's based off the Exynos is based, or Tensor is based off of Exynos. Yes.
It
Yes.
was, yes. Yes, because they developed it Tensor with Samsung, that's true.
So, and again, this is the third phone for the year that you purchased,
Right.
and so trying to go back in line again with the OnePlus is number one. The Nothing phone fell in what position again?
That was number two. Nothing
No,
phone 3
no,
was
but
number two.
like number one phone for the year is the
Oh,
OnePlus.
my favorite phone of all the phones is the OnePlus 13.
Right, and where does the Nothing phone fit in here?
Oh, that falls below the 17, the Pixel 10, and the Z
Oh,
Flip
okay.
7. But
the
I still
7's the
love
bottom
that
of-
phone
oh.
too.
The
Say it again?
7 FE is at the bottom of the pile.
No. I said the Nothing phone is right behind it.
Okay.
So I would go OnePlus 13 first, iPhone 17 second, Pixel 10 third, Z Flip 7 FE fourth, Nothing phone fifth, and then the Unihertz only because I've only had it 3 weeks.
Okay. So you really like
But the cameras on the Unihertz are nowhere near as good as any of the others.
So you talk about the FE being first off is the FE Flip 7 FE.
FE, right.
Did they use the same configuration as the regular Flip 7 as far as like it looks the 7?
No,
the plate
it is not. They took the Flip 6 that they had left over and they made that the FE and changed the internals, the software. a
So
little
you're
bit.
saying it's a parts bin phone?
Yes. It's just
Nice.
it's a good one because they were smart enough to upgrade on the inside, even though it's an Exynos chip. It's not the Exynos chip that was in the 6. It's better than that.
But
It's not quite as good
Right.
as the one that's in the regular 7, but they're very close.
and the Flip 7 it's thinner. Did I see correctly? And it's a more squared off.
No, I think they're about the same, but I'm not positive. No, I think the Flip 7's a little bit bigger. You'd
No,
think I would know because I work with two people. One of them has the Flip 6 and one of them has the Flip 7, but I'm thinking they're about the same, but it seems to me the Flip 7 is a little bit bigger when it's folded up, but I'm not positive.
I think it's actually thinner.
But
They took some cues from the Fold 7 because remember they made that thinner. too.
yeah. But it's certainly the regular 7 is the better phone.
Okay. So let me go now and talk about I want to answer Brian's
Brian.
question about my thoughts. Where did he answer me? Where? Okay, here we go. How's the Pixel 10 Pro? Brian, you ready? It's story time. It's story time, Brian.
Okay.
So, what I think once I got it in hand, I'm like, okay, this is nice. It is without a doubt the most pocketable phone I have in my collection here. Easily to throw it in any pocket. Not that big, this. Oh, here. I mean, this thing's a monster, and I can't stick it in my back pocket. I can't sit down with it stuck in my back pocket. It really, but this I can stick in my back pocket, my shirt pocket. I actually stick it in here at times if I have a shirt like this.
So do I, because the Pixel 10 is even smaller.
No, this is the same size as the Pixel 10.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's
Then,
the same
yeah, so
size.
it's my most pocketable phone next to
Right.
my
Right.
Z Flip.
Now, the only other pocketable phone that I say that's an Android phone. Actually, let me ask you about pocketable real fast. Is the Pixel 10 or 10 Pro in this case? Is that phone? Is this phone smaller than the iPhones? You got the 17.
Yes.
Okay, is that smaller or same size?
Here they are next to each other. So the Pixel 10 is a tiny bit longer, just barely,
I can see. Yeah.
and the iPhone's a tiny, tiny bit thicker. You can hardly see
Okay.
it. And width-wise, they're about, well, I guess the iPhone is a tiny, tiny bit wider, but it's almost imperceptible.
Okay. So
Now,
you've
because
got really
the iPhone was my backup phone today.
So the iPhone was simply, you could still say, is a pocketable phone.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But you probably shouldn't go by me, because I can take this monster and I put it in my pocket all the time.
Yeah, but still, you got to admit, it's like poking things. It's reminding you it's there. I will say,
You have to
okay.
keep something in mind. For the last, Eleanor could tell you, for the last 10 years or so, I buy pants specifically for the number of pockets that I can put phones
Yeah, I
in.
remember you telling that last time I talked.
That's why that's why I don't use screen protectors. My screens never get scratched because I never, ever put my phone in a pocket with anything else, ever, at any time. Now, the other thing I never do, you were talking about putting your phone in your back pocket. I could not bring myself to put my phone in my back pocket because the idea of I'd forget it and sit on it would drive me crazy. So I never, ever put a phone in my back pocket.
I only do it when I know I'm up and around, but I seem to have a habit, for the most part, to grab my rear pockets to make sure there's nothing there before I plop myself down.
Now, see, the cool thing about me having the kind of pants I have on, let me see if I can show you.
Hey, we got him modeling. He's modeling.
Pocket
Yeah.
and pocket.
Okay.
I carry two phones almost all the time. One goes in here and one goes in here.
I have a pair of shorts like that. I do admit that's really nice to have.
I have like 5 pairs of pants like this and shorts. I have like 3 pairs of shorts like this.
Okay, let me get back to Brian's question.
Okay.
I overall, in the long or the short of the story here, Brian, is I'm disappointed in it. I'm kind of disappointed
Oh, are you?
in a few things. I have the Pixel 8. What's the big one? Pro? Pixel 8 Pro, I think they called this.
I believe it's Pixel 8 Pro. Yeah.
Okay. The software between the two are different. The software in this one is really good. The software in this one is a little bit better. If somebody had this phone, the Pixel 8,
Right.
Pixel 8, the regular or this one, I would tell them not to upgrade to the 10. All the hype they talked about having the magnet in here,
Right.
nowhere's near how strong it should be. To me, there's a problem with this magnet back here, personally, because I went out and bought some of those magnet mounts where it's like a big old suction cup, which is great. I love it to pieces. And I in the middle of the year, I bought a minivan, a Ford Transit Connect, and it has like in old cars, George, where it had that little triangle window.
I'm very familiar with the Ford Transit because what I ride around in the back of when I'm working is the back of a Ford Transit. Except it's a 15-seater.
Yeah, mine's a mini, basically a minivan. So I stuck it there in the triangle window, and this would go, and you could just see good bumps. It would just kind of wiggle off. Then I did a review. On. I was like, you know what? I'm going to change my setup because my wallet, it became like thick as this or thicker.
Right.
My wallet became ridiculous, and I had to weed out some stuff. And I said, all right, I'm carrying stuff I don't always need. I just really don't think I need to carry all this stuff, and I just didn't like it having in my back pocket. It's just became something that became annoying. So I was looking into, all right, we got the magnet deal here, and I wanted to get a magnet wallet and a way to hold some cash. So I got one, and it just wouldn't hold. But this has a D brand case with the magnet to it, and it clips on there. You can hear it click.
Right.
All right. Hey, wait a minute. So I tried that wallet out. It's okay. I'm all right with it. But you know what? I'll change wallets. So, kind of change up. Have this wallet, have that one. I got a Peak Design wallet. Love it to pieces. I really like it because you flip it open, you pull the tab up, and it brings out the cards. Because I'm constantly when I go to do an Amazon run, an Amazon delivery, that's how you check in. You show them your driver's license. They scan the barcode on driver's license, and they proceed to, align to where you need to be, how many hour delivery. So I'm constantly going into it's the only time I'm really going into my wallet. I got a money clip, the whole cash, and I have that. But that Peak Design is a little bit better. The difference between the two magnets was noticeable, but the Peak Design still wasn't the best. And then I put this on here. Right. This is a slippery phone. I wanted to try and make this minimal as possible as far as not having a case on it. And we'll talk about the non-case issue. Okay. But I saw some people with the leather backs. What comes to my mind is I saw Shane Craig, and he has a leather back on a Pixel Fold, the original one. I said, man, that looks sharp. So I said, well, this will help me. And at first, I had to wait for this leather back to come in. This thing would just slide anywhere. The back, the front, this way, I got a screen protector on it. And the side rails, it's like they're like greased. No matter how much I try, it is horrible. To the point. Let's see if I know. I don't know. Can you see the chips in the corner here? I don't know if it's picking it up.
No, I can't.
Well, anyway, this phone I lost money on because of the slippiness and the lack of the magnet. Now, when I clip this onto my magnet mount in my van, you got to get a grip of it because the magnet on this, even the magnet that I put on this, holds it. This, if you don't get a good grip on it, it's like a grease monkey. Wow. It's a banana peel. Flew on my hand and hit at the top. It's hit at the bottom, and I lost value. I'm not going to be able to get my money back if I wanted to use this for to sell it on Swapper.
Right.
I lost money right out of the gate. And then the software.
One other thing I should mention. Interestingly, I said I never put a phone in my back pocket. I also never put a wallet in my back pocket. But there's a reason for that. I worked in Manhattan for years. Well, I once got my pocket picked getting on the subway at 5 p.m. in Wall Street. And it's so pressed, I couldn't feel it. And by the time I realized somebody had stolen my wallet, I turned around and I see this kid about 100 people away from me, kept turning around looking at me, and I'm like, oh, the kid's got my wallet. Ever since then, and this was back, and Elmer can tell you, I think this was back in 87. Ever since then, I never put a wallet in my back pocket.
Right. So I was finding things, and that's the other thing funny you mentioned that, because yet I do feel more secure that I put these two, the money clip and the wallet, my now new wallet, to either I put them together and then put them in my pocket, or if I can separate them, if it's a little bulky, if I have like a couple bucks like I had to have a few days ago, I could separate them and it could be in separate pockets. And then
I'm going to give you something to laugh at, maybe because I'm an old man. You thought bulky? That's my wallet.
Oh my God!
I carry everything.
Oh my God!
I look at the thin wallets and some of the ones that MKBHD. I could never carry those wallets.
Wow!
I have at least 8, 9 cards with me at all times.
Nah. For that reason alone, that the chance of getting it lost, I don't want to take that. I don't want to take. That's crazy. That you're nuts. But no, now case magnets are much better.
I
And
would have
yeah,
thought so.
but let me just say this, and I don't know this. I don't know this. I don't have, and well, you know what? I do.
I've
I
got
need
the
I need
song
to
magnet
do.
on my iPhone.
Yeah, but that came with it. You on your iPhone, if you took that case off, a magnet wallet should stay better. Brian, thank you, because now you're going to make me do a video just about that,
There you go.
because I'm going to go and get my iPhone,
Good inspiring, Brian.
yeah, and compare the two, because I'm curious how are the magnets on an iPhone, because what I'm here professing, and I say this because nobody else is bitching about this, nobody's complaining about my situation, but I can't fathom that somebody can't say what I'm saying. I feel the magnets are weakening it. The software is no big deal. They leaned in too heavily on the AI. Personally, I find this
They
phone,
always do.
I find not because of the size, but the software alone and how this phone works is still Costanza wallet.
Oh, it's not, okay.
Yeah, even Brian said, "Damn."
Yeah. I
That's
said
the
probably
honor.
because I'm old.
I find the software to me a tick better. I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be the same, and I do see differences between the two. They're supposed to be the same, but they're not the same. There's minute things, and I cannot pinpoint exactly what they are, but I could just tell how the phone operates.
Okay.
And I was, it was one of those things when I purchased that phone. I almost got the 10, thinking, let me go cheap route. And I go, no, I really wanted the pro version of it, and I still was getting a good deal. I had one last iPhone. What was it? An iPhone. I acquired an iPhone 12 Max Pro. iPhone 12.
You had the 13 from Will, right?
Yeah, I traded that in long ago.
Okay.
So I traded that in. I got some decent money for that. I got really good money for it. And I'm like, all right. Now that brings that price down. And I said, that's why I went for it. But you know what? I really wanted, Georgie, and that's the thing that I think Google also messed up so bad, is they made you wait for the fold. And I wanted the Pixel Fold so bad.
Okay.
And now they're not going to get a sale for me. Because you know what? I want to go cheap on getting a folding bendy phone.
Right.
But they messed up. They should have had that phone. Actually, they should have had that phone more available than versus
they did
their
make
other
you
phone.
wait. I remember that.
And they made you wait. And I don't know if it was the same for anybody else. I wanted the Fold. I wanted a 10. I wanted all those, some of the what little new features there are. Again, magnets. It had a physical SIM card slot transferring over, and I permanently parked my iPhone. To transfer it from the iPhone to this phone for the first time was disgusting. 2 hours.
Really?
2 hours to fight between trying to get it to work for about an hour and the other hour trying to get a hold of somebody on Verizon. It was horrible because it was after 8 o'clock and parts of them are closing. Right. Are you kidding me? You're closing? I eventually tried every means. Eventually I got to a part, I forget, like I said, technical assistance, and they ask you these questions. Phone stopped working. Something like that. And eventually I got somebody right away. And I explained what I was trying to do. And then they said, hold on. And then later on I did read, apparently doing an eSIM transfer from iPhone to Android or Android to iPhone is really a big problem. But yet, if I had a physical SIM card slot, right, I would have put this phone in any other line. And I refuse to give up a SIM card right now You know,
Yeah, see, that's
I
the thing
can't-
with me. Even with my 3 lines, my iPhone's eSIM and my Pixel is an eSIM, so I only have one physical.
one SIM card, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, with you, I'm going to tell you, I don't know. Wait a minute, you're on T-Mobile. I don't know what it's like for T-Mobile.
It's easy as pie putting an eSIM on T-Mobile.
Putting it on.
I didn't spend more than 5 minutes with the first iPhone, the second iPhone, or the Pixel.
Well, that's what they said, and it's true because at one point I went from this phone to the Ultra with an eSIM, and I mean, 5 minutes, boom, and then I went from the Ultra back to this phone, and it was easy as pie, like it should be. But
Right.
going from an iPhone, they make it difficult, and from the Android, they make it difficult. And you know the deal with carriers. I mean, you've been very fortunate. And we got to know. This was wonderful to see the two you in the stream. My Musketeers ride again. Fiance just got home from the game. Gotta go. Thanks.
Thanks
Bye.
for being here, Alex.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm very fearful about. I never will be able to use that phone on any of my other lines. Like
Right.
I
See,
want
I've never
to.
had to switch from an iPhone with the eSIM, so I don't know what
See, you
that's
never
like.
had to switch. There's the key word. You never had to switch to go from an iPhone to Android. Buckle
Right.
up, prepare yourself. I'm just telling
Okay.
you. So, but Brian, to get into it is, I wanted to fold. I messed up. I should have been more patient, but I didn't want to be patient because I thought this was a good deal. How much can they make a mistake? And between some hardware issues and also the software side, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. I might have been more impressed if I had my fold like I wanted out of the gate.
What are you
Should never waited.
seeing the OnePlus open price as right now?
I am looking at one right now at 711, 752.
I would jump all over that. Like
Well,
I said, I've had mine a year and a half, and I still love it. And I see other guys, guys who buy all the phones, and some of them are still saying the one. I think MKBHD said the OnePlus Open is still just as good as the latest
Yes.
Samsung.
Yes, and I'm going to circle back to that because I think I'm formulating something on getting that phone, and I'll talk about that later. All right, George, let's go to. Man, I wish Will came here. Boy, Will, I'm getting away with murder here because Will will be all over my butt saying, "You'd be trashing everything I'll be talking about."
Well, he'd agree with you trashing the Pixel.
He's got the Pixel. That man had me in stitches at times. Well, right? How many times that man returned that phone this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has it again?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'll send you his number. I thought you had that. Yeah.
No. Because
Yeah,
he traded the other one right back in about a few days.
Well, I forget. He did one, didn't like it. Picked
Right.
up another deal. They didn't want to honor their deal.
Right. He was very upset about
Yeah,
that, and I
right.
agree with him.
And rightly so, because one minute he says, I got it in black and white showing what I'm supposed to get back, and they weren't going to give it to him. So he returned it in just a nick of time. And one day, not even, maybe a week later, I'm getting this random text message from another number like, oh, come on, Will. And I ignored it. I purposely ignored it. He kept on hitting me up. I ignored it. And eventually I did. I said, this can't be Will. This is the man who swore he would never get another
Exactly.
Google, right? And he is laughing. And he got a deal right now, just like on Google Fi. So he got a new number. He got a new number, and he's got the Pixel 10 Pro. I don't know if it's XL or not. But anyway, he
usually goes for the top, so he probably has the XL.
Maybe he has the XL. But anyway, he eventually but he let it go by. He purposely says, I'm just going to hold on to it because he had to do it for 120 days.
Okay.
To get the deal.
Right.
And I forget the last time I talked to him about it, he gave me was 90 some days. He's on a countdown.
Okay. Which
But,
tells you he's going to get rid of it then.
Well, no, he's going to get rid of the line probably. He swears he can't handle having two phones, and
And he said that before.
never liked doing it. But
Yeah.
he's I gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit. He's trying. He's trying his best. So
I'm glad.
yeah. Getting back to okay. So we got done with the Flip. What came after the Flip?
The Pixel 10.
So that brings us up to what they had August 8th, right? Release date.
Pixel 10 was I got it was delivered to me on August 30th.
Okay. So far, other than the Flip, you told me you'd use any other phones you used for a trade?
That I used for trade.
Trade, yeah, the trade in.
I traded my Pixel 9 Pro to get this regular Pixel 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. So you gave up the Pro, huh?
Yeah, because I liked the features in the 10, and I felt that this was just like with iPhone. I felt in both cases this was the best base phone they've either one of them.
And a lot of them talk about it, but what turned me off, what was one of the things that turned me off is how they said, "Hey, look, we're adding this extra camera, which is the telephoto."
Right.
Okay, but everybody who got into the weeds, what this telephoto or the camera system is, was basically how I understand is the 9A, or an older generation of cameras. They stuck in the base model.
Yes, that's what I. Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
I
and
think
yeah,
that's
so-
true.
So,
I tend to use the wide a lot. I don't tend to use the telephoto a lot.
So going from the 9 Pro XL to this phone to
No, I went from the 9 Pro, not XL.
went from a 9 Pro
Right.
to this one.
To the
How
regular
do you
Pixel
feel?
10.
How do you feel those features and the hardware is better? You just said it was better. What stands out?
I don't remember now. I have to look it up. Wait, I think I've got it in my notes. Let me double check.
I love doing this to you. Oh, this is great.
Thank you. He likes picking on old folks. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Do I have it? Let's see. Okay, what did I say about the Pixel 10? Some of the phones I keep notes in here on, and some I don't. And no,
George,
I'm not
know-
finding.
what
I
you-
do remember at the time the features that the Pixel 10 had to me over the Pixel 9 Pro. Now the Pixel 9 Pro probably beat it on cameras, but I felt like the other things were worth trading it in.
And what was the one thing that was the outstanding feature or hardware physical that made you go, okay, this is worth it to do this?
It's just that the slightly upgraded
The camera?
no,
Because they're a downgrade.
no, the camera was a little bit of a downgrade. That's
Well, let me ask you this. Why you think if it comes to you, it's fine. So, first off, I forget. Do you put cases on your phone?
Yes, always.
You
And
put no screen
and-
protector.
most of my cases at least on my better phones, are thin-born because Carl tends to send me cases.
Okay, is that thin-born?
This is
can't-
thin-born. My iPhones are thin-born.
Okay. And shoot, it left me that quick. How I was going to the magnets that we were just talking about. Have you have you tried?
I can't speak to the magnets are fine for me, but I tend to stick them at home. I have one out here and I have one in my apartment, but I never put them on magnets in a car. So
Mhm.
so I can't speak to it. You have experience with that. I don't.
Okay. So you're sticking it on a magnet as a stand or charging.
Oh, in a stand, yeah,
Mhm.
and charging it, yeah.
And charging. Okay. I did get the I got $200. I did get $200 credit
Okay.
from Google also because I used
Oh
it.
yeah, and so did I.
Oh, did
when
you?
when I traded mine, and I was surprised. Yes, they gave me $200.
To credit.
The-
Now,
the-
here's the
The
weird.
phone itself ended up costing me about $200.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's the thing also too. If funny talking about this is how the game you have to play. I went to simplyyourdevice at gmail.com to do the order
Right.
because when I go to my primary email address, the one I do a lot of my purchases for Google, they
Right.
weren't going to give me the 200. They gave me like 75 or something.
I was surprised that
Yeah.
they gave. I didn't know I had the 200 sitting there until after I bought the phone.
So you still have the when you had it before you bought the 10.
The 200 was sitting there waiting for me
Great. That's great. That's great.
because I had traded. I think I had gotten like 3 Pixels in a row, and I had traded the previous year's phone each time.
So so you're still pleased with the Pixel 10?
Yes.
Okay. We both are definitely having different situations, it's different experiences, I guess we can
Well,
say.
keep in mind with me, it's usually the pictures, usually the photos. So of course, I'm pleased with the photos.
The photos,
Yeah.
again, the photos are typical Pixel.
Exactly.
You know,
And I'm pretty happy with typical Pixel, but keep in mind, I have 3 or 4 phones that give me really good pictures right now.
and funny too. I want to talk. I'll circle back if we have time about some of the phones I did with other people, either helping them purchase or some phones I donated, which I'll share with those stories later on. Which I'll get back to the Pixel. I got an interesting situation that arose with the Pixel phone and the cameras. So George, talking about your next phone after the Pixel, what was that? Was that the iPhone?
iPhone 17.
Okay.
And
All right.
it's a green case. That's why you're seeing through the phone.
Okay. And what color is the phone itself? Don't have to
Oh.
take it out.
No, it's a clear case.
No.
That is the color of the phone.
Oh, it's great. It's a green phone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You
Yeah.
went with that color. And no
Yeah.
trade-in?
No, I traded in my
Your other iPhone?
my last iPhone. What was it?
16
Yeah,
Pro?
15
15 Pro?
15 Pro Max.
Okay. Everybody's raving about that phone. Even I, as an Android guy, have to say that they really hit it out of the park, and it makes a very
I think
hard.
like a lot of other people, I think this was the best upgrade they made in years.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like they really, and that whole camera trick where they can make it, you're holding it.
Oh yeah, where it's square and you can hold it either way. Yeah, that is awesome.
That is something else.
Yeah.
So, any comments on that? Is that
It's a great phone. But iPhones, in my opinion, iPhones tend to be great phones. But I'm still. Oh, there's Adam.
hey there?
I'm still more of an Android guy because that's me.
Right.
But I won't not have an iPhone. I always have an iPhone. But I always have one iPhone and about 5 or 6 Android phones, which is the case right now.
Okay. And again, where were you placing the iPhone in your from?
Oh, I said after the OnePlus 13, the next best phone is the iPhone 17.
So the
that I
17.
have. Yeah, it's above the Pixel 10 for me.
See,
Just barely.
I can't. That I don't have the 13. I had the 12. So yeah, I will admit, I can't. I don't never had that, but just what I'm hearing and seeing about the 17 is yeah, you can't argue that.
I don't think you can go wrong with that phone. Oh,
No.
and by the way, I also listed what watches, some of the watches I bought this year. But the one watch that I'm wearing right now, I did not buy because somebody gave it to me.
Oh, is that the Amaze Fit?
Yes, the Amaze Fit.
Still
Yes,
going
I'm wearing
strong,
it.
huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you still getting updates on that?
I haven't in a while that I remember. I think I may have gotten an update maybe 2 months ago. Maybe.
So they're still updating it.
Yeah.
good.
So
That's
unless they
excellent.
stop, I don't know.
So how is it for your exercising? I guess that was really what was
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
very centric on.
Yeah, it's fine. It's. I would say as far as my bicycle and stuff and exercise, it's not quite as good as the OnePlus watches and the Apple watches, but I do find it just as good as the Pixel watches.
And I wanted to know. He let me know about Molly. Apparently needed some attention, and he said, "Buy me anything for Black Friday, brother." Did I buy him anything? And to be honest with you, I haven't shopped completely yet, but we'll be talking about that soon.
Yeah.
And it's gotta ask you, Adam, is Molly here? Is by chance I thought you wanted to try and get Molly to watch, but I know Molly can be a bit much to handle. So, so after the iPhone, that was like September, right?
The iPhone was September 23rd. Yeah, that's the day I got it.
And the next one would be the Unihertz.
The Unihertz, I just got three and a half weeks ago.
Adam, real quick, man, I wish you could zoom in. Can you get that closer? Adam, look at that phone. Look how wide that thing is and short.
Yep, it is wide. I mean, it's a lot wider.
It's like a throwback, you know?
Look at my Pixel phone by comparison.
Yeah. I know. So,
but I'm really liking this phone. I'm still getting used to typing, but I hadn't typed on a real keyboard since dumb phones. So,
now is that a one of those keys where you can use a key to move the cursor, kind of like like some of them became some of those physical keys became like action keys or a key you can move the cursor up and down like a thumb wheel.
No, but it does have buttons, programmable buttons, 2 of them on the side, which I haven't used at all.
So those buttons are just straight out, just regular buttons versus
they're programmable buttons.
Yeah.
But I am enjoying the phone. But it's by far the widest phone I have. If I didn't have these pants, I'd probably be in trouble.
So Adam said he was busy trying to get her in bed to try and get her ready to go back to school as they were off. So, so that's it for this year. The Unihertz phone.
That was my list. Oh no, actually, I'm waiting.
Oh my God, he got another phone coming in.
You
thought I had a problem. You thought I had a problem. Go ahead.
I'm looking for my Moto G. The Moto G Play 2026 is out. But the Moto G 2026 doesn't come out until the 12th of next month.
Wait a minute. You're not going to be happy, I think, with that phone because it is just the super base model.
I was very happy with the Moto G. I still have my Moto G 2023. I'm going to trade that in.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm probably going to get $25 for it, but
I'll tell you what you're going to get for it in a moment because it's probably the same traded value what I'm going to be talking about.
Like I said, this is a Moto G 2023, and I'm still happy with that phone.
You still? I didn't see it in rotation. Have you?
I don't keep it in rotation as much because I brought this today. I brought just the phones I bought this year. That phone I've had almost 3 years.
And just to let you know, our cousin Rachel turned me on to Crown Royal and 7-Up, as some people call it, a highball.
So if he falls over backwards at him, you'll know why.
Why? Yeah. He goes on a lightweight too. So you have another phone coming? Wow.
No, I've got it coming. It won't be on the Motorola website until December 12th.
Oh yeah. There was no pre-purchase or anything?
No, and there's no. It's only $200.
Yeah.
That's one reason I'm getting it because it's so cheap.
It is cheap, but
yeah.
What was I going to tell you?
But because I've been happy with the Moto G 2023 all this time, I figure I'm probably not going to be unhappy with it.
Getting back to the Unihertz, and I'm sorry I have not checked out some of your content on it. How do you feel about the Unihertz, and where does it fit in this landscape of all these Android phones?
It's below the others, but part of it is below the others because it's cheaper than all the others, and the cameras are much below all the others.
Mm.
But other than that, I'm still pretty happy with it. Now, it does take very nice daytime photos like any other good, decent Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
For a $400 phone, which I didn't pay that, but for a $400 phone, I think it's great.
Okay.
Would I recommend it? I absolutely would recommend
You
it.
would recommend that phone?
Yes, as long as you didn't mind the width. The thickness and the width, because it is very thick also.
And so, are you able to play games? Oh, I know you don't play games, but you think you could play?
I haven't even tried. The only game I play is, I did put Subway Surfers on here. I think I played it once. But the game I played the most is Asphalt 9. I haven't even put that on here.
Okay. So let me start with me.
Okay.
So it means we covered George's stuff. So I kind of went backwards because Brian had a question about my experience. So I'm going to take it from the top. I purchased the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra when it first came out, like February or so. I was really
I think it came out in January.
No, what? Okay, was it January?
I think so.
Oh, like I got maybe I got the first week of February, but I did a pre-order. This was the first time. Oh, actually, yeah. It was
I remember you said that. Yeah.
And, to get especially a Samsung phone on the pre-order, and I got a real good deal with the trade-ins, which I can't remember what I traded in for, but I got a good deal trade-in. And I got and the discount that they were handing out at the time, including the trade-in, was really, really good.
Yeah.
But at the time, this is when it had the One UI software, the 7. It had the One UI 7 software.
Right.
And I'm coming from a Pixel. I'm coming from my Pixel 8 Pro.
Right.
And it was a bit of an adjustment. And there was
One UI 8 is way better than 7.
Way better. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I'll comment on that. It quickly lost its appeal to me because of the software.
When the 7, yeah.
Yeah, the cameras were like good, but as everything else that goes on, it gets better with updates and whatnot. The size kind of threw me. I should have.
Size is big, yeah.
Yeah, because Patty has the S23 Ultra,
right.
But I really wanted to see.
And I had that. I had the S23 Ultra too, and this is bigger, right?
This is a shade bigger, just a teeny weeny bit. What made it bigger is the corners. I feel it's really square, super square all the way around versus hers. But what happened later is I'm using this. And I'm not using it. I'm using it a little bit more. This is the phone I messaged you on first place. And I found it very, it really is performing much better. And this is what made me stop for a moment and go, what's going on with this phone versus this phone? Okay. And the Tensor G5 that's in here is okay, and everybody, and I was the other letdown. This is the other letdown. We expected this phone to work like this phone.
Right, exactly. And I think that's because Google kept pre-selling it before it came out. That's what I think.
Well, I guess I got caught up in the hype. I got caught up in the hype, expecting that this was going to go neck and neck,
toe to toe, yeah.
And it wasn't, and I find that the S25 Ultra, so much smoother, so much, just everything about it is just so nice. And I have
Tech Odyssey still said it was the best phone of the year.
Who did?
Tech Odyssey.
Oh, okay. I can't argue with that point. If that makes MKBHD his big phone of the year, I won't argue one bit with it. It's really, really gotten better. It's really gotten nice. The One UI 8 or 8.5
One UI8, yeah.
is it made it a whole lot better. The cameras are really good.
Yeah.
So it makes you take pause for a moment. How do you, when you got your friends and family asking you what phone should I get, and deep
Right.
inside that you're a Pixel person, this kind of makes it hard to maybe recommend the Google Pixel right at this moment.
But
Personally.
it is a very expensive phone.
What, the Ultra?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, hands down. Well, wait a minute. Black Friday's flash. Well, you could get this phone for less than $1,000. I saw one actually $875.
Okay.
Without a trade-in.
That is good for that.
That is. That is. And you get all those stuff, and then you're going to get all the updated software.
Right.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Very surprised to buy that phone. I am using it. I don't want to say more, but it's here. It's always within reach. It's the phone that I turn to when I go out and do Amazon runs a lot of times. It just something about it.
See, the two phones I turn to are the OnePlus 13 and the iPhone 17.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Well, wait a minute. That's two. You normally carry three. So what's your third? Or is that
No, I only carry two. I have 3
you only
lines.
carry two. I knew you had 3 lines though.
Yeah, but I only carry 2 at a time.
What was on it? Shoot, I was going to say something about this phone. Darn it! Hey, let me that quick. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it. Darn, I was going to say something about the Ultra, but it really.
We'll wait.
Yeah, it'll come back to me. I'll circle back to it. There's a lot of circling going on. I got to circle back to a lot. Damn, it almost came back to me. What was it that this phone could do? So let me go with this phone. Now, this is the Samsung A25.
Okay.
This
I didn't know you still had it.
Well, here we go. Why I had it for so long was it was carrier locked. I got this phone for $200 at Walmart and on Boost Mobile. And Adam, if you're still listening, that's how I acquired. Well, actually, I had the Boost line for like a month or so, and I wanted to try. Again, just me being me with phones. I wanted to get a Boost Mobile phone. Where they pitch into the value of the phone. I don't know what this phone really retail as an unlocked model. So I got this phone and it was carrier locked for 1 year. What makes this phone part of what I got for this year is it became unlocked late September.
Okay. That makes sense.
Now I can put any of my SIM cards in here with no fuss, with no problems. So now that changes things. Now it is completely. I will say this phone came completely. I didn't get no carrier bloat, no forced upon, no Facebook forced upon. Some of these carrier phones, especially the cheaper ones, will come with preloaded something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this phone.
And there's Ted.
Where? Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted, how
you ought to be in here.
So, yeah, you got the link. If you want to jump in, I'm looking for you here. If you want to, it's all good. But recently, I just had a few times. The one thing I know that probably bugged you is, that unlocking as so slow. And try to get at first startup. Startup, it is a really, really slow.
Takes
to
a
the
while,
point where you wanted to get. I pick up this phone, and I know I have a certain app or certain thing on this phone that I got to use, and to unlock it, the fingerprint or thumb sensor can get a little boggy. and then just the swiping up, you just see that stall.
Yeah. Well,
And
I just find with the iPhones in general, for me, they just tend to be janky. You know.
right. So there's my phones. Now the other thing I wanted you mentioned about you traded in your iPhone 15 Pro Max
Pro
for
Max,
the iPhone.
Right.
You traded in your A series Samsung phone for the
Right.
Samsung, which I just can't get over. How much you were able to trade that in.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I got for. It wasn't much,
Right.
I don't think.
Right. In which I know I had a iPhone 12 Pro Max I used for the, I can't remember what I used for this.
Well, yeah, I had the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and then I didn't buy another one until the 15 Pro Max.
Oh, wow. You had that for a bit.
So I skipped the 13 and the 14.
So, so some of the phones that I had, the either were, I mentioned about some of the trades, and I like that one. I can't remember what I used to trade, but anyway, I gave my brother to I say to my brother, but my brother is the account holder, I guess, taking care of my niece.
Right.
They decided to get her. I gave her my Boost Mobile line and an Pixel 7 I had.
Okay.
And I gave that to her, and going to the Samsung A line, I had the Samsung A54, and I really like that phone.
See, my A54 drove me crazy.
Said that, and in which I'm really surprised because again, there was a big difference between performance with this one to the A54, and I gave that to my good friend Carl down in Virginia. Because he had, I'll get to what his son had. They both had Samsung S8s. Okay,
Yeah.
S8,
I was
George.
going to say, that's a while ago.
S8.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Okay, I can't. I'm like going, and of course they were having battery issues. They were having
Of
some
course.
performance issues. I can't get over. They managed to get, they trucked through a day trying to get
That's
through the
way back, yeah.
Yeah, trying to get a box on charging the phones. So me and my friend went down there to visit him, and I brought some phones down. So I got him hooked up on that phone, and I did have a Samsung Watch. I don't know, it was a 6. I think it was the 6 Classic. I gave that to him.
I had the 6 Classic too.
Yeah.
Now I have the 8 Classic.
Yeah, I got to ask him because I just saw him. And he
I
didn't
just
have
checked on when the Galaxy S8 came out. That was April 2017. That's way back.
Yes. So he loves it. He seemed quite happy with it. Like I said, I just
Good.
saw him a few days ago. I said, "Got any problems? Any questions?" And he goes, "No. I just, he had a little hiccup because he had to buy a new car, and he had some problems trying to get the Bluetooth to pair up. But I helped him walk through it, and it seems to be working now.
Good.
But his son, again with an S8 of some kind, I forget which S8 Plus or something like that.
Right.
I gave him my OnePlus 12 because he's a gamer,
Okay.
and I gave him the watch because.
I still have my OnePlus 12.
And did you ever get the watch? The watch, whatever number it is, whichever.
I have the OnePlus Watch 2 and I have the OnePlus Watch 3.
I like that watch.
The OnePlus Watch 3 is my favorite watch that I have right now.
Is it?
Even though I have the Apple Watch Series 10 and this watch, and I have like 7 watches. My favorite watch is the OnePlus Watch 3.
I managed to sell my Apple Watch. I forget what generation that was. That was one of the ones that was part of the deal with Will.
Yeah, I didn't get the Series 11 when I got this phone. I just decided I still like the 10 just as much. I've liked it all along. The OnePlus is still my favorite watch.
Yeah, it was really nice. I did get this. I forgot. I did get this. This is the Pixel Watch 3,
I have that too.
40
Yeah.
45 millimeter one.
Yeah, me too.
I had the 2. I got the 2 with the Pixel 8 Pro as part of a promo. And
Yeah, I had the original, and then I went to the 3.
and the 2, the only Achilles heel was the battery life, which just dismal for somebody who was using. I use this watch a lot when I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
I use it in reference to this is on my personal line, so
Right.
family messaging me, emails, stuff like that. This will get through a day and then some. The 2, no, but actually I gave the 2 to my son. I picked up a Pixel Watch 2 LTE for my wife, and there's a story about why I got the LTE version for her. And again, battery life gotten better through
That's
updates,
good.
but it's not as what it was. Not as solid as this. And I
Yeah.
can only imagine what the 4 must be like. So, yeah, there's some of my phones I gotten rid of,
Cool. Yeah.
and all. I can't think of anything else. And
Well, you said there was a story why you got her the watch with the line.
my lovely wife, and my brother's probably hopefully he's listening. He'll get a giggle. My wife has oh God, where is it called? I forget what it's called. Where she gets pins and needles in her hands and her neuropathy. It's called neuropathy
Okay.
in her
Right, yeah.
feet and that. So she can't feel the ground sometimes when she's stepping on stuff, or she might misjudge something. So one day she fell. She tripped over the manhole down the sidewalk here, and she was out of reach of her phone. She can't get up on her own. She needs help getting up off the ground. So she's yelling for somebody. Now I'm in here. I think I was up here when this happened.
Okay.
And
yeah, you're a long way up though. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's probably about 5 houses down. Now you remember how my
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So if you go out the front of the house, make a right, she was probably about 3 houses down, and she's
Okay.
yelling for anybody.
Well, I could see where you wouldn't hear her from there.
Right. Well, my neighbor happened to hear her because she keeps her doors and windows. It was still like summer, something like that,
Right.
or spring.
Yeah.
And she came down and she called me on her phone saying, Mike, Patty fell down. So I'm like, oh, I'm coming down.
Okay.
So another time, I helped her up. And then another time I come home and I see her phone. I see this. You just see stuff like somebody was here, my wife,
Right.
but she's not here. And I'm yelling for her, Pat. I'm looking around. I can't find her. I could not find her to save my life. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, and
I'm
then
now
it scares you that she doesn't
Yeah,
have
the
the phone
the
with
car's
her.
out back. I come home from probably doing a run or something,
Right.
and I can't find her. Her phone's here, right? I give it her second line. I gave her 2 phones.
Right.
I gave her 2 phones, and they're both here.
Wow.
I'm like looking, where is she? And all of a sudden I'm screaming, I'm yelling. She comes out of this house down the other way. Going, I'm over here. What's your problem? What's my problem? I'm trying to make
You
sure
got 2 phones sitting here.
right. Were you taken away? Somebody steal you? What the hell? Well, it turned out she went down the street. The people that live to the right of me, great people, love them to pieces, excellent people, excellent neighbors. They're investors, and I'll just say straight up, they're investors, and they're buying homes around here and flipping them or renting them. So they bought the home 2 houses down the street, and my wife was getting the tour of the house down the street, but she didn't. I'm like, where are you? What are you doing? And she, I figured out. I knew that they just bought the house. And I said,
Hopefully she learned a lesson about the phone at least.
well, no, wait a minute. Then shortly after that, I got the Watch 2 LTE. It was on a great deal. I said,
Okay, yeah. Now,
And
now you've covered yourself. Hopefully she doesn't leave that home.
And it's really neat though. Well, she did. She still left her phone a few other times, and she's walking the dog. But guess what? she got the watch and she
That's
answered
cool.
the phone. And she actually,
good.
a lot of times I see her, she'll take a call from here. And I'm like, oh my God, this is wonderful. You know, she's
Yeah.
taking a phone call and she does tell the person, listen, I'm on my watch. Can you hear me? And the call quality off her watch is like having a phone like
Yeah,
this.
the call quality on a lot of the watches is really good.
really-
Well, when I talked to you when I was riding in the park the other day, I was on the watch when I answered.
You had a watch and you had earbuds, I guess?
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great combo. That's a great combo right there.
Yeah, when I'm riding, I'm always listening to some kind of
I did take advantage
video
of
or
that.
something.
Mm-hmm. All right, I didn't take advantage of that, but that is a great feature that for somebody like you who exercise a lot, if you didn't, well, is any of your phones on LTE, like on a service?
No.
No. Well, I think that's a great idea. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, some of these carriers give you like really great deals. I mean, I'm paying $6 a month on Verizon
Right.
for have that line of service, and it's worth every penny to me personally, just to know that.
Since I always have two phones with me, it doesn't seem worth it to me.
Yeah.
For me.
But yet, I don't know. You can leave the phone somewhere else, and you don't have to worry about them blocking
never
up
leave my phone.
your pants.
One
you
of
know
the
what I
cool
mean?
things about carrying two phones the way I do, I told you the two pockets I carry them in.
Yeah.
You know, because I work for Enterprise, if I go deliver a car somewhere, because I don't pick up people like we'll pick you up. No, we take the cars from one branch to another who needs the cars.
Right.
So if I walk out of a branch and I put my hand on my pocket, well, if I feel one phone, I immediately know, oh no, phone's missing.
Mm.
You know, that's the cool thing about having two phones. I
Right.
always have to feel two phones.
Right. So, George, Black Friday, you're not going to get anything, I assume, right?
No.
Well, it sounds like you're going to get something. You're going to order in December.
In
So, but I
December
know it's not Black
12th,
Friday.
yes. Yeah.
But still, you're still getting something in the holiday season. We'll check that box off, okay?
And we'll see if it's 2 years better than the last one.
Mm-hmm. I have the Moto G Power 2023. I have that.
I had the Moto G Power 2022, I guess, yeah. And then the following year, I bought the Moto G.
Now, I've had the Moto G Power 2023 as my work number, the number that I give out to everybody at work.
All right.
I do use this Pixel line, this phone number here, which ends as, this is the one you and you have mostly. I told you that's my primary 6868 number ending in.
Right.
As a secondary kind of work phone, but this phone I'm talking about, this Moto Power, it is to this day, I can go almost 2 days. If I don't use it a whole lot,
Yeah.
one day, I can get through the next day fine. It's going to end, I think in the middle of this year is going to end software support, which now makes me go, do I want to upgrade, or I just push it a little longer?
Well, read up on the Moto G 2026 Power and the Moto G 2026, because the upgrades that they came with those two cheap phones is way above what you'd expect.
And that's the problem. I mean, you're talking about upgrades as far as like physical upgrades, or you're talking about
As far as physical upgrades for cheap phones.
Oh, okay. So getting back to Motorola, and then there's a reason why. I also have the Motorola Edge Plus 2023, and that phone
I had the
22. You had the 22.
22, yeah, okay.
I remember that, and I always wanted that. And then when I got it, it's been a dynamite phone. And again, that's a phone that was really not. They never pushed it, because in 23 they were pushing their Razr phone hard,
Very hard, and last year too.
and yeah, last year. But now I sense a little bit of change in Motorola with the upcoming 26 model year. Now they're on the bandwagon of thin phones. You saw the talk about that Moto thin phone. I forget Moto something 60.
Okay.
And I know that's what they were calling in Europe. Of course, it comes here and then changed the name.
Yeah, they changed the name.
But it seems like it finally two things. Finally, I think they know that they got the folding razor, the
Right.
razor phone, pretty well positioned. And this year's been what I've been hearing and reading. The razor is the folding flippy phone to have, not folding, the flippy phone to have.
Now I had the original, the 23, and the screen eventually died on me, so I don't
Yeah,
trust it anymore.
I remember that. I remember I was surprised. So anyway, going back to the Edge Plus, they really didn't market that phone at all. That phone came out. The only reason I found out is, as me being a nerd, is I read about it or I was on the Motorola site looking at different things, and I said, "What's this?" And that Gen 2, I think it is, processor is really good. It is really good. It's just now, to this day, mind you, I bought it originally when it first came out in April 23. Just now, it's just starting to show a little bit of not the processor, the battery, because I take it off the charger and I'm like scrolling around because again I'm using it for my Amazon, my DoorDash stuff, and those apps are really pigs on processing power. I'm noticing the battery immediately goes from 100 to 99 in about 5 minutes. Now, if I don't go on that app, if I sit there and scroll through Facebook, look a little bit of, maybe some Instagram, the percentage does not really drop that quickly. But I noticed a bit of just that thing that just caught my eye. It has no more OS updates per se, like major OS. It's going to still security patches, which I got it. I forget now. I guess it's going to be coming up soon. That's going to end this year. And it's a real shame that they didn't give that phone and the Razor more updates.
Yeah.
Or the other phones, the G line, stayed with whatever they were doing at the time.
Right.
So having said that, let me talk now. I'm segueing into about Motorola and my desire, should I say, of wanting a folding phone. And I really like the concept, but I keep on having these back and forth tug of war things in my head. And what I'm tugging a war about is the OnePlus Open, the Pixel Fold for the new one.
Pixel 10 Fold.
Yeah, Pixel 10, right. The folding Samsung Fold 7, which is really what I played with it one time at a Best Buy. I'm like, oh, whoa. It was. Did you ever go like into Best Buy and play around that phone by chance?
Nope.
Oh, you got to. You really got
to. I've been so happy with my OnePlus Open. I'm just not even tempted by the others.
Just to try it, just to put your hands on it. I'm just saying. So
there are times when I think about doing that, but being the workaholic that I am, I just don't have the time.
So I'm going back and forth, and I'm looking at these prices, and I'm looking at different things. And so I've been really, really drawn to, well, what drew me was the Razor, the base Razor right now on Google Fi is $299.99.
That's pretty cheap.
That is for the base model. It is real cheap. That's the cheapest way you're going to get that phone through Google Fi. The caveat, I have to keep it on that line of service for 120 days, which that's 6 months.
Yeah,
for 6 months. The same thing that Will
is doing.
Right. So I'm like, all right, there's that phone. And I started really, really going down the rabbit hole, real deep into the Razor Plus, the Razor Ultra, to look at.
So you are having a hard time making up your mind between a flip phone and a big fold phone?
Well, there's that angle, and then I'm like, well, let's compare the money situation. So let's say I bought a brand new Fold, the Google Pixel Fold 10. Okay,
Okay.
that's going for off of Google Fi right now for $14.99. If I do the math right, I can literally almost get two phones for the price of the Pixel Fold. I could
Right.
get the swap of one from OnePlus and still get the Ultra if I'm doing the math right for all the stuff that's going on right now.
Hmm.
They're willing to give me. I don't know. That's what I'm doing right now. There's I can use my Pixel 6a, which was my son's, and use that for a trade. They're giving me $210.
Really?
They're giving you right now $200 on any phone. They're
That's what I
giving
say.
you
That's a lot of money for a Pixel 6a.
right. They're giving me but they're giving me 200 and they're giving me $10 for the call for the phone itself. They give me $10, but it brings down the price significantly. Like
Yeah.
it's already on sale. It's already the Ultra is already on sale for $899.99, and that is 512 gigabytes. And that's the thing with even with the Edge, that came to you with 512 gigabytes of memory. You
That's
never
good.
could find a phone for the price they were asking for with that much storage.
Right.
Okay. And then people talk about, some people are really hard on the Pixel phones of this generation for the amount of storage that you're getting for the price you're paying. And then I can't argue that point. 128 gigs for a lot of people anymore, it's becoming not enough.
Right.
It's slowly becoming not enough for a lot of people. You really got to be a light user. And I don't think there's people being light users as they used to. They're taking advantage of downloading things. They're
Yeah,
taking
but I
advantage.
find for me, 128 is probably okay most of the time, although most of the phones are starting to come with 5 jobs. But 128 is okay because I'm going to change phones every 2 or 3 days.
Exactly, this is a whole different situation though, you're absolutely right. For guys like us who do this on a weekly basis, play with these phones, we have a plethora of different phones we can play with.
Exactly.
But if you take it to the average consumer, 128 is
Yeah,
becoming
it's not enough. Yeah, I
it's
can see where
becoming
that wouldn't be.
right.
For using it every single day, yeah.
256 is definitely the way to go. And the other thing, getting back to Pixel, that's a sore point with me, is when I got the 10 Pro here, I went with a 256, not just for the storage, but to get the faster speed for the write and read for the
Right.
RAM
Right.
or the download. I think it's for the not the RAM, but the other thing
No, the ROM, yeah.
Yeah, 4.0, I think it is, or 4 point something, where the other one's like your Pixel with the 128, it's like below that. Like you have to
Right.
go and spend more money to get the better write and read speeds,
Right.
which isn't right, which I don't think is right. So right now, I literally was almost going to order the Razer Ultra.
Right.
And I'm going to play around with it after the show. I'm looking at what time it is. I do have to get up tomorrow morning. I got to be in Philly for an Amazon run.
Okay.
And that's the thing. That's where I kind of like go, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And like, oh, wait a minute. And it's that tug of war back and forth. Do I just go,
Yeah.
And I looked at the Flip 7. I looked at the Fold. I played around trying to see if I can get the Fold Pixel 10 Fold, whatever they call it now.
Right.
I get and the Fold, Samsung Fold, and in the end of the day is this is another avenue, another rope tugging me is I have that Samsung S9 FE, and I use it. I use the dickens out of that. Okay, if I'm not near my Chromebook, I use that for what I do in my Chromebook. I do watch a ton of content on it. I play a little bit of games, but I conduct personal business on that tablet.
Right.
Okay. When am I going to have time? Now, if I'm a traveler, if I'm somebody who's traveling and if I find myself in a position that I can stay, maybe not just at home, if I'm away from my house a lot, that's where the fold can come in. Of any fold, of any of them.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm,
makes sense.
I take that tablet with me to work when I know I want to play around.
Right.
I put it, like I've used that as a just to play music. The speakers are banging in that little thing.
That's good.
So why do I really want to get a foldy phone other than just desiring it, where I can still get the folding feature with a flip phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you can't. And the other thing, and Motorola did a great job at egging me on to go with the Ultra version, because the base one is good. I went through plenty of videos watching it about it, and it's good. The hesitation in me going, only reason is the cameras are on there is like hit or miss.
Right.
And the processor, on many occasions, people talk about either hiccups or gets a little warm.
That's not good.
Right. And the Plus, great phone, great for value, but here's where they cut things out.
Right.
256 gig memory versus the Ultra at starting at 512.
512. Yeah.
Okay, it gets better. It is the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, which is, I have no problems with that.
Right.
But the battery is 4,000 milliamps versus the Ultra, which is 4,700, and the base model is like 4,300. So the middle child has
less
battery.
Yeah.
So they egg you on. If you really want the best, you want the one that gets it done. The people talk about, I watch the videos, the cameras are good, the performance is good, the screen is even better on that one. I think it's just a hair bigger, like a 0.1, where it's full 7-inch when open, where the other ones are 6.9.
Okay.
They did a great job of marketing that in that way. And somebody who's a tech head like I am, we're just got to go with the Ultra. But the deal with the trade-in, I think it's $899 right now. I think I can get it for like $689.
Okay. Cool.
And then and then let me just real quick, the thing with the Flip, the Ultra, and the Open, this 3 years of software updates, 4 years with this 4 years of security patches.
Right.
Okay, brand spanking new.
Right.
So in the first year, at least, if I have a problem, I could go to get this warranty. OnePlus Open. The ones I've seen, the two I've seen so far, all of them had their battery replaced. What gives with that? Why did they get the batteries?
I've had no issues with mine at all.
Right. I don't get why these two particular people are selling it with and they do show that they had it repaired from OnePlus, which is great, which is fabulous. They're 100%.
But it makes you nervous. Yeah.
Makes you nervous, and even if I get one, and it fails, I'm stuck holding the bag to go to you break it, you break it, I fix it.
Yeah.
And the one fix it, but this breaks. Hey,
you're under warranty. Yeah.
So. And get back to, I even figured out the software ability. Like they're both end software at the same time. That's including OS updates and
security updates.
Security updates.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So that again, I'm tempted. I don't know. I got to see how other things play out. I got Patty sort of talking about, again, going back with her neuropathy. She's having a little bit of trouble. I asked her, "Isn't that phone big for you?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you use the S Pen?" No, she did. She was doing it before, and she's not.
She used to use it a lot, right?
Yeah, and all of a sudden she just don't use it. I don't see she's doing this with the phone. I'm like, "Why are you doing that? You got an S Pen.
Exactly.
Get it out." So she forgets it's there. So I'm looking at different phones, and it's just a tick smaller, but still large for her too. So that's. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. I'm reading an old note for about. I don't know, Adam. You still here? Send me a message. Tell me you're on. I'm just curious. So I'm debating about that because some of the deals are pretty good.
Good.
What but I can't think of anything else. Let me share with you again. I told you about my friend and helping him out, giving him phones, and there are two people that are really, uh, really they. I mean, I know David, my friend's son, Dave. His name is David. I haven't heard anything, but he's not a complainer, so he's not going to complain to me. And I asked him, and I said, "Your son okay with that phone still?" Yeah, all right. And Carl was just give me a phone that works almost.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And he's probably in seven heaven because he doesn't have to have it charged attached to a charger all the time.
Yeah.
So a friend of the family's, a good friend of the family's, I got her turned on to DoorDash. She came to, I need to make extra money, Mike. How's this DoorDash work? I said, come on, let's go to DoorDash and I'll show you what it is. And I got her hooked on DoorDash. And then through conversation and talking about my favorite things, which is phones and stuff. And she, goes, yeah, this phone's kind of, it's an S22. She has the base S22.
Okay.
So
I had that way back.
Yeah, way back. Yeah. But it's still, the battery is getting a little weak. She's constantly on a charger. Again, the app, DoorDash app is just a destroyer.
Well, I remember you've told me about that many times.
Yeah. So, so I talked her into getting a Pixel 9a.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I did this. I've done this before, and I'll tell you what I mean. Done this before in a second. She gets the phone. She has a little difficulty adjusting. And what it is people are so used to Samsung's way. It's the best way I can put it. So if I had somebody on a Pixel and I try to convert them over to Samsung, you might get the same results. Like I'm going to go in here. With Samsung being the iPhone of Android, playing in English, she had a little bit of difficulty, but she came around. And she was still working out the kinks. I was always there for her to give me a call, or I would pop over and help her, whatever the thing was going on.
All right.
So one day she goes, Mike, I got a problem here. It keeps on coming up with these pop-ups. And I'm like going, all right, what'd you download? She goes, I don't know. I downloaded some games. Well, she downloaded some kind of malware.
Yeah, you download games, you're going to get something.
Right. And it was so bad that I had to do a factory reset.
Yeah, sometimes that's the only way.
Right. Well, in the conversation with her, I got talking to her about, how you liking the phone? What do you think? And she really surprised me. Two things was, Mike, I'm not impressed with the cameras. I go, huh?
Really? Pixel 9a? Really?
And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she showed me pictures off the Pixel 9a, and she showed me pictures from previous going-ons, right, of recent with her Samsung S22. And I have to give her I kind of like said, well, hey, you got to go in here and you could do adjustments. She didn't know about going into the photo app, into the gallery, and tweaking it and all. But I'm thinking to myself, she shouldn't have to really do that.
But I remember the S22 had really good cameras.
Exactly. And I'm giving her a Pixel, which is supposed to be the king of cameras. Right. And here she is showing me pictures like, they're not the best, George. They really weren't the best. I'm like...
Well, I remember the S21 had great cameras, the 22 had great cameras, the 23 was okay, but I think the 21 had the better cameras of all three.
Right, but she can't be getting an S21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to get her upgraded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's really, I say this too is because she, still, again, she was still, I shouldn't say struggle, she was still working with the UI, the interface with it a bit, and still trying to figure out things. Right. So I mean, I had this situation with my wife's cousin's husband, and I could tell he just was frustrated with the phone, and he was not. Again, he was so ingrained with Samsung, and he actually made a comment because he had a Motorola phones before too, and when he switches, he says, "This reminds me of my old Motorola phones." The way he didn't say UI, but he was making reference to the UI.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, boy, I made a mistake here. And I said, I'm sorry, Eric. I thought you would be fine with this phone. I know, Mike. It's just me being, he says, I'm being frustrated. And I get that. But, it makes me take pause. And I really, really have to think about how, when I go to somebody and they come to me and do the things I do on the side, like helping somebody set up a new phone, help them make their purchase, because I'm very, as you know, pretty much against the carrier thing.
Right.
She was about to go and go, I'll just go to T-Mobile. No. Shannon, her name's Shannon. I said, no, just stop. And I said, what's your price range? And she gave me like $500. I said, I'll work on it. And I got her for, I think it was $499 or I forget what it was, but it was under $500.
Right.
And I helped her out. I got some cases for her and a screen protector. And I got it all set up. So yeah, it was really, really surprising. And that's why, you talked about the Pixel 10, how you were pleased with it.
Right.
But you didn't complain about the cameras. But cameras on this are good. I haven't had to do any editing that I know of.
Yeah, me neither.
But I know the cameras on this, I feel, is a tick better.
Okay.
Just me. So, but yeah, I know there's great deals right now. Getting back to Black Friday, if you wanted the Razer, the Pixel deals are really solid. Right. Samsung's got some weird things going on, and I say weird. Now, normally this time of year, all their phones have got a discount.
Right.
All their phones. When I went to Samsung.com earlier today, there's some phones that just, what was it? The Edge? They have no edges for sale. They said, check back later. We're out. Basically, they said they're out. Now,
yeah,
we know
there's been a bunch of articles. Both them and Apple are losing money on these thin phones. Mm-hmm. And I had read somewhere that when the Edge ran out, they probably weren't going to order new stock for a while.
So, let's see. Here's another one. The FE, your FE right now, you cannot buy.
My 7 FE?
Yep. You cannot buy it right now. Samsung.com. Out of stock.
Okay.
Now, I know you can go to Amazon. They got it. Now, I'm looking here just for the base model. Okay, they knocked $200 off for the Flip 7.
Okay.
The Fold right now is they took away the upgrade. They had a storage upgrade and money off. Now it's not. Now that was there just like a day or two ago.
This is on Amazon?
No, I'm at Samsung.com.
Oh, okay.
And I know right now I could go and get my Pixel 10 Fold Pro, whatever it's called, for free from Verizon. But sign me up in another 3 years, I'll be stuck with them.
Yeah,
but I could get it for free. I gotta admit, you could get it for free. But
yeah.
But right now, if you want to just go on Lock Life, this price here they got here, you can get a full 256 gig for $1,600, and it's either $400 off or if you got a trade in. So they'll give me $1,000 off, I think. They would give me $1,000 off for the trading in of the Ultra, which I'm not going to do. I really don't want to. Oh, that was the thing. That was the other thing, George. That was the thing about this. I was about to give this a Patty, and his phone got so good later on. I said, "Sorry, hon. We're gonna work on something else." And it's just I got thinking about, seeing her way she holds the phone. She's and the curved display on the S23 Ultra for her gets her every time, because when she does this, she doesn't even realize it. Yeah. So it's always been a problem. So I was like looking for a square, flat display. Right. But getting back to what's on sale, let me see. The S line. Let's go to the S line real fast. See this deal? That deal's gone. Wow, that deal is gone. They now at least now I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Let me see here. Let me go to Amazon. I think it was Amazon. Samsung S25 Ultra. Samsung. I know Samsung's got it. Amazon's got it for the same price.
Okay.
Wow. Huh.
So the deal came and went.
The deals are slowly whittling away. Now
Yeah.
let me jump to here. Let me see what's with the Edge. Okay, the Edge is back again. No deals. 0 deals.
Right.
They want you to spend $1,100 on the Edge, which is insane.
I just don't see where that's worth it.
And pretty wow, man, they raised the price. The Galaxy S25 FE was under $500 right now on Samsung's site. Now it went up. It's Black Friday. Why not have it? That's crazy. It was just last night. It was for $475. And
They
by the
probably
way,
sold a lot of them today, is my guess.
the prices are high. The prices are high, which went back up. Oh, wait a minute. Let me say something here.
Which tells me they probably made their money.
Here's the what's this? Here's the catch. Here's where it was. I still had it on 256 gig for $534.99. The 128 is $474. It's a 175. Okay, so it's still there.
Okay.
Now let me see here. Galaxy S25 Plus. They give you a storage upgrade. That's all they're giving you. You can get 512 for $1,000, and the base S25, which is still a very nice phone. You can get the 128 for $674.99, and you get the 256 for $734.99. I had gotten originally from my friend Carl. I was mentioned about that. I gave him my A54. I ordered from the Amazon Renewed for him a S24 FE. I said, man, this is going to be a good phone. And I got it and opened up the bag, and right there in a little ribbon of paper, it said, it's going to, when you first start it up, it's going to show you it's a Verizon carrier phone, but this phone is 100% unlocked. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me, man? You sold me a phone that it was supposed to be unlocked. Like, I want carrier. I know carrier free.
That does happen. I had one. I had already traded in, but it came up. It showed Verizon, but it was unlocked. I can't remember, but I had bought it secondhand.
And I just that annoyed the heck out of me. And
for me, as long as it's still unlocked, I'm good.
But wait a minute, I kept on getting pop-up warnings. Hey, this SIM card isn't a proper SIM card, but I still had service. It started trying to preload the games, all the stupid games.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
It started trying to preload all the Verizon apps. I'm like, no, I didn't order this way. So, what I did with that phone was I kept it because I'm on Verizon, and I used it for like a month. That was a nice phone on Verizon, mind you.
Right.
On Verizon, it worked really, really good. I was very impressed with it. So, we're going to end it real quick with this last story here about what became what is another phone I bought. I forgot all about it. I bought the S24 FE for my friend Carl, and
Eleanor's daughter had that phone for a while.
Yeah, it was a really great phone. That's a phone I can recommend for what I was doing with it. Right. It was really good. So anyway, Google had that problem with the Pixel 6a and the 5a, I think, and I think I read in the 7a might come next, but the battery problem.
Right.
Remember hear about the battery problem where they sent a software update?
Yeah.
So my two friends, my son and my best friend Joe, both have a 6A. Well,
Right.
at the time, it had a 6A, and they both got the warning. And then, boy, that update crushed the battery life in it. My
Really?
son and my friend Joe, like, what's going on? I can't go through a day. It barely charged up the phone, just
Really?
barely through a couple hours. It was bad. It was really bad after the update. And then they were just Google was just fearful, I guess, for whatever reason, to have the battery go swollen. So I helped my friend Joe, and while I'm doing this, I'm looking at what it takes. So I know what to do for my son's phone. Nobody here in New Jersey had the battery replacements. So you break it, I fix it. That's where they had to go. Here in Glassboro, the next town over, that guy's just complete, pardon my French, jackass. The guy does not want to do service work, warranty work. He will sell you a battery. He'll sell you a fix your screen. He will not. I had problems with him before. So I said, Joe, I'm sorry, man. You got it here. Just do a Google search. Find somebody in Jersey that might have it. He called another one up in Maple Shade, I think it was.
Okay.
One there. And they said,
Maple Shade is where Route 73 goes through, right?
yeah, yes.
Okay.
So it's not far.
I remembered that from like 30-some years ago when I was in roller derby.
So they said, we don't have any. What few came in, we just don't have, and we don't know where we're going to get them. Exact words. The person he dealt with, he said, Mike, this guy was a lot nicer than the other jerk that's over here. Way nicer, but they just couldn't give me an answer.
But as close as you guys are to Philly, I would think you could go somewhere in Philly and find it.
Wait a minute. So I'm like, here's another story I won't get into about my friend about the phone. But I needed to look for my son. So I said, all right, let me go and call. And I work in Delaware, as you know. And I found one, not even 20 minutes, 15 minutes from my work.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, you got one? Yeah, I got two. Oh, wait a minute. Hold
There
it.
you go, perfect.
Hold it. Stop. And I run over there and I gave him my son's phone. In the interim, I gave my son because he's on Verizon with me, the S24 FE.
Okay.
I said, here, keep this phone. See if you like it. If you don't like it, I'll put you back on the Pixel. All right, Dad.
Okay.
So it was like they had the battery in about 3 hours. Maybe that's even too long, 2 hours. But I didn't feel like going back. I said, listen, I'll pick it up tomorrow. So I pick it up. And they were really great. At the time when I went to the store, I say, listen, I got another friend. I explained to him what his situation is. So he immediately made an appointment and kind of held that battery for us on an appointment on Saturday. So we drove back there on a Saturday to drop his phone, and him and I, that's when I went to find a Best Buy and played around with the Fold 7.
Okay.
And I played around. I just was killing time. So yeah, he got his phone back, and I had this is how good that store was. Such great service, I have to say, truly. So I turn off the phone. I talk to my son. He says, "I'm good with this phone, Dad. I'm fine with it." I said, "Great."
Good.
So we set him up, got him all set up. He's rocking with that. I say, "Now, you sure I'm going to clear all the stuff out of your phone?" "Yes, Dad." So I wipe it out. I go and start trying to start it, and now the touch screen on it wasn't responding, like the lower half. The top half would respond, the bottom half wasn't. I'm like, oh man. So I go back and I tell him what happens, and he says I kind of felt like the screen wasn't all the way in the back into the back plate. Okay. You can feel a little lip, and he goes, I don't think they broke something. They broke something. There's nothing making a connection. So we'll take care of it. And he said to me, I think it's going to need a new screen. I turn him like this, like I ain't paying for it. He goes, oh no, we'll take care of this.
Good.
So I got a new screen and a new battery and a Pixel 6a, and cool. It works. Now there's another problem, but it works great. It will not update for some reason right now, it will not update to the next. It's still stuck on September patch. It won't go to October. Won't go to November. I've switched SIM cards. I've actually factory reset and put a whole other account on it, completely another account, and it does not.
Sounds
It
like
does not.
something you're gonna have to research and look up.
Well, that's okay. I'm using this phone to trade in. Remember, I'm going to
Oh,
use this
okay.
as a trade in. So
Okay.
I'll be done. I got $100 or $210, and I'll be good. I'll be good. So
I need to get ready to go.
yeah, same here. Listen, thank you for sticking that for the stories.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody who came. I saw our numbers were up there.
Exactly.
People were popping in, peeping, ghosting,
Cool.
whatever. I don't know if Adam's still here. Thank you, Ted. Are you here too? Brian. Let's see. I'm trying to think of everybody. Let's see. That's about it. It jumped in on the chat. Thank you for everybody here. Yeah.
I'm sure Elmo's asleep by now, so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
worked today. So
Oh yeah, Black Friday. So yeah, I can imagine when she's tired. I myself got to go to bed because I got a 6:30 Amazon run in the South.
all right, sir.
All right, George. Thank you so much. I will be talking
Thank-
to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
See you.